Tonight I shall be testing my newly made spindle gouge while at the same time making a much needed carver's mallet. In its current form this rather big log won't turn in my small lathe, so I will be abusing my good old chisel one more time. As you can see, I could really use a carver's mallet. Although it is amazing how long this wood survived after the metal band broke off and the handle split. It's about 10 years ago that it's split, and since then it has taken quite a bit of abuse. It could be a nice project to try and replicate this original handle. Something for another time. I sharpened the edge as good as I could using this old stone that came with the lathe. It has a rounded off edge, so I could deburr the inside with it. It is really sharp, and I will now test it on my fingernail. No problem scraping a bit off. I'll do that again later on when I rough down the log, see how good it held up. I'm ready to start testing, and this side branch here will be a real challenge for my new chisel. A real good testing opportunity. I'm running the lathe very slow because it's pretty unbalanced. Whoa, that's hitting pretty hard. I don't know if you can see that, but it looks like a few chips broke out of the tip, so that's not good. There's also a burr there. There was some sand on the log, so that didn't help, but this doesn't look promising. Let's speed it up a little. Whoa, that's hitting really hard. Well, it's not bending, so that's good. I like the handle, it feels good. Oh, a huge peach just came off. Damn. No more chips have come off the tip, so that's good. Let's speed it up a bit more. Now the bench starts moving. So it's still out of balance. Whoa. Let's see what it looks like. This is oak, by the way. Lots of chips in the lens hood. Let's speed it up a bit more. Yep, the vibrations are gone. Yo. Tool rest is loose. That's not good. Oops. My bad. It moved in the tailstock. It'll be fine. Getting close to round. If you have too much overhang, you can feel the tool bending. On a heavy cut. That bit is hard to cut, but this feels more safe in your hands. Much more rigid. But I think it's starting to lose its edge. On that heavy cut, I felt it bending. Of course, it doesn't help that the handle is a bit loose. I reground the tool, but it was hard to get a good edge on there. And this pit over here and its cousin here are really hitting me hard. I'm getting close to the hardwood, which is good because I want the carpenter's mallet made from hardwood. See what I mean? Nasty stuff. But I must admit that this log is drier than I expected it to be. And of course oak is not the softest wood to cut, but it's a good test. My pile of chips keeps growing. There are a few logs of wet wood hiding underneath it. They're behind the legs. Well, the sapwood is almost gone, and this is supposed to be the hardwood, but I find that the cutting is getting easier, probably because of the water that is still in the core of the log. So now I gotta decide which end of this log is gonna be the handle and which end is gonna be the head. But I'm gonna do that in another video because this one is getting too long. So that pretty much concludes testing this homemade chisel. I think it worked fine, but I did need to resharpen it. And now it's not as sharp as when I started the job. Also, in the beginning, a few small pieces got chipped off the cutting edge. This might be because of the grind being a bit thin in some places. There was also some sand in the bark, which sure didn't help. The handle held up fine. It was a lot more rigid than Mr. Bendy, and it felt nice to use. More testing will be needed to really find out if this tool is any good. Time will tell, I guess. Alright. I guess you have to wait for the mallet. Well, there's plenty of mallet videos on the internet anyway. But mine will be amazing.